And rounding out the stack so far this month is Margaret Atwood's The Handmaid Tale. I challenged myself to finish this by the 30th, and I completed my goal because I finished it on the 27th, so I felt pretty good about that. I also really liked this novel. I thought it was really cool. I think it brings up a lot of important points. I really like Atwood's style. I like her writing. I like her ideas, which isn't always a popular opinion, so I realized that. The thing that I didn't like is that she didn't use quotation marks, so I found that sometimes confusing when I first started reading it. I didn't really know who was talking and what was being said. But as you get further on in the book, it becomes much easier. I like how she used flashbacks. I feel like Offred, I've never said the name out loud, I'm sorry, is suffering from PTSD or something similar. And I think those flashbacks do a good job of showing how splintered she is, while at the same time describing what has happened in the society. It was just a fantastic work. I have a lot of feelings about this. I read this because, as I'm sure you all know, The Handmaid's Tale is making its Canadian premiere on Bravo on the 30th, and I'm very excited for any book-to-screen translation, and one that is written as this book has been, I think could be really cool or really bad. So far, a lot of the chatter that I've been seeing on the internet that I've been ignoring as best I can, because first of all, I hadn't finished reading the book, and I didn't want any spoilers, and second of all, because I like to go into my shows and my movies with more of a blank slate, as that's going to be a fairly disturbing show, and that's good, because this is a fairly disturbing book, so I'd be concerned if it wasn't going to be fairly disturbing. But yeah, so I'm very, very excited. I love the cover of this book too. Now that I've read the book, I understand the meaning. It has more of the Scrabble pieces on the back, which I think is really neat. I also really like that the publisher, who is Emblem, has 4 other editions of her books. When you put them together, it makes this nice piece of art, I would call it, because it's cover art, of course, and which makes me want to buy these editions so that I can do that, because I think that's awesome. I love it when publishers do cool things like that. I have another book that I'm going to talk about cool things that publishers have done with, and it blew my mind, so I hope it blows your mind later. So this is all I have to say about this book. Again, one of my friends asked me what I thought about it, and whether I liked it. And I mean, obviously, as you have seen demonstrated, I did really like this book. I think I either rated it 4 out of 5 or 5 out of 5. It really could go to the 5 out of 5 if I didn't rate it that. I think I said almost 5 out of 5. Anyways, but I don't think it's the book for everyone. I think there's some people who are going to read this and they're going to hate it. They aren't going to understand why it's important. They're not going to like Margaret Atwood's style, and they aren't going to like some of the ideas presented in it. And that's fair. That's everyone's opinion is valid, as it's an opinion, as long as they have good evidence from the text to back it up, and good examples about why they don't like it. And my friends who have read this and didn't like it have had those. So I know it is possible to dislike this book in good faith. So I would say, if you're not going to really like commit to loving it, as I committed to loving it before I read it, do some research, find out what you're getting into, because there's going to be some shocking things in here, some things that you might not yourself not want to confront, especially in our political climate. It's been a fairly political month for me, which I'm going to talk about in my monthly review. It should come out soon. But yeah, so Handmaid's Tale, I give it a thumbs up. If you like what you heard here today, or if you don't like it, drop me a comment in the comment section below. You can also like and subscribe to my channel. That'd be really cool. If you want to follow me on other places on the internet, I have Instagram and I have Snapchat. I have Tumblr, Goodreads, Bookwitty, and a couple of blogs, some of which are out of date but slowly being updated. You can find me there. Most of it's at Unphilosophize. But all the links are also in the description box below. Stay tuned for my end of the month stuff. It's coming up soon, very quickly in fact. Maybe I might have another book for you, maybe not, maybe another book and a half. We'll see how the next few days go, because it is the 28th. But stranger things have happened. Hope to see you next time, and I hope you have a good night.